The battle for supremacy between the Ashantis and Achims is getting dirty. Ashanti youth are due to decide their reaction to claims that bodyguards of the Okyehene and Otumfuor and Okyehene assaulted a delegation sent by the Otumfuor to the funeral of the former Abuakwa North MP J.B. Dankwa-Adu a few days ago. The Ashanti youth alleged that some strange weapons were thrown at the Otumfuor's entourage, injuring one of them. The Ashantis are angry and have demanded an apology or they retaliate the alleged mistreatment. While the Achims are adamant, they say they won't apologize. Here's Secretary of the Ashanti Youth Association.
So we will not dignify the so-called statement by the Ashanti Youth Association with any form of dignity or respect. We are not sure whether Aya, as they call themselves, are speaking for Mensia. And we do not know also whether Mensia has appointed Aya to speak on their behalf.
No, but if really these are concerns, just a second, sir. If really these are concerns that are being raised at the highest level in Mensia,
it does not lie in the mouth. It does not lie in the mouth of this group to determine what customary protocols are. You understand? It does not lie in the mouth of Aya to determine what customary protocols are. But first of all, it's important to establish this, that we are aware of attempts by certain groups and political forces to use this issue to incite tribal and ethnic emotions between Ochimai and Asantemai. This attempt will fail. You understand? The mutual respect, may I repeat, that the mutual respect between Ochimai and Asantemai will not be jeopardized because of what happened at Honorable J.B. Dankwa's funeral. The Okyehene and Asantemai are looking at the bigger picture of cooperating in order to improve on the conditions of the people of this country. And we will not dignify the statement by Aya with any response. We do not want to bring about any form of emotional incitement between the people of Ochimai and Asantemai. Okay. And so that's all there is.
Final word to Nana Kwame Poku. So they are saying they are not going to apologize. What next? What now for you?
Yes, sir. It portrays the sort of it gives a light to the whole world to know I don't even want to go there. If they are not ready to he said it, they are not going to dignify with any response.
Yes, he says for starters, they don't even know whether you are really communicating the views of the Otumfuor.
We have not stated in anywhere in the press statement or our press conference that we are the official mouthpiece of Mensia. No, we are the youth of the region, the youth of the kingdom.
And you see this as that. You see this as a bit of an insult to Otumfuor said to, and then
a big one, not a bit, a big insult to the royal king.
Okay,
I mean, to His Royal Majesty. And so, if now he's telling the whole world that they are not going to dignify anything, they're not going to apologize, they're not going to do this. I mean, it should tell you where they are coming from. And to my last point, he made mention of
I'm just asking what you are going to do now. They are saying they are not going to apologize, they are not going to retract that. So what now?
Yes, my brother, I'll come there. He made mention of some political parties or whatever.
We are hard pressed for time, sir. So I just want to know, what is your next line of action, sir?
Our next line, we as an association, we met and we came out with this statement. Now they've made it clear that they are not going to adhere to whatever we said. So we are going to meet possibly on the Akwesi Day, which is Sunday. Then we decide the next line of action.
So that's the spokesperson for the Okyehene Oforiata and Berema Twenebu-Akodia, who's spokesperson for the Ashanti Youth Association. We'll surely speak to Mr. Oforiata for more on this particular story. But you know that this issue actually happened as a subplot for the funeral of the late J.B. Dankwa-Adu at his hometown in the Abuakwa North constituency over the weekend when the late MP was laid to rest. It was something that happened that we didn't hear much about, but it's beginning to build up as the Akwesi Day festival comes off this weekend. We are learning that there have been some decisions that are supposed to be taken in relation to that. Sanctions, we're learning, will be placed in place as a result of this. Okay, DM Oforiata is joining us now on the line. He's spokesperson for the Okyehene. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Right, so the big question here is this. Why is it difficult to apologize to let sleeping dogs lie in this matter?
But why should anybody apologize for anything? I mean, what has happened that calls for any apology from anybody?
Now, the understanding we've received is that there were some acts that were carried out over the weekend at the funeral of the late MP that were seen to have been derogatory for the Otumfuor, and that's why they are asking for the apology.
So who's calling for the apology? Is it the Otumfuor who's calling for the apology?
The Ashanti Youth Association in the Ashanti.
Are they the embodiment of Akan custom? At the Ashanti Youth Association, have they arrogated to themselves spokespersons of the Otumfuor and Ashanti chiefs? You see, it is important that what happened, at the funeral of Honorable J.B. Dankwa be put in perspective.
Okay.
What happened there was most unfortunate. But the customary protocol, as we have insisted, is that on such public occasions, the host chief will go around to greet all non dignitaries present. And that what the visiting chief does is to respectfully observe customary protocol by standing up to embrace the host chief. Nananum on this occasion has sent an advance team to inform the Otumfuor that the Okyehene was approaching his tent to exchange customary courtesies with him. The Okyehene got to the place where the Otumfuor was seated, and he stretched forth his hand to extend customary courtesies to the Otumfuor. Normally, what I've said, the Otumfuor was supposed to stand up to embrace the Okyehene. He remained seated, and so the Okyehene just walked away, and that's what happened. You understand? It is important to state that there's no friction or animosity between Okyemai and Asantehene. The Okyehene and Asantehene enjoys very good relationship, and we do not in any way that the conduct of the Otumfuor, the blessings of the Asantehene, because the Otumfuor, as we know him, will not countenance such breach of customary protocol. You understand? You see, we have not endorsed any group. Okyemai has not endorsed any group to speak on his behalf. We do not know whether Asantehene has endorsed any group to speak on their behalf. You understand? But if the point is that the Ashanti Youth Association and other groups that have emerged to create seeds of disunity with the backing of certain political forces between Asante and Okyemai, you understand, has the blessings of these political forces, then Okyemai will not dignify these people within a response. You understand?
But again, with the way things are playing out publicly, is there any way this matter can be resolved once and for all, even if there are splinter groups that are coming up with these issues?
We cannot create a mountain out of molehill. You understand? When the Okyehene stretched his hands to greet the Otumfuor, and he refused to stand up against customary protocol, Okyehene just walked away, and that was the end of the matter. You understand? I don't know why people want to make mincemeat out of this. You understand? See, the point we want to make is that the mutual respect and cooperation between Asantehene and Okyemai will not be destroyed because of the conduct of the Otumfuor or the political forces that are behind these statements coming from the Ashanti Youth, so-called. You understand?
Okay.
The point is that Nananoma is the embodiment of custom. So it does not lie in the mouth of any youth group with devious political agenda to create disunity between Okyemai and Asantehene, or to determine what the customs of Okyemai and Asantehene should be. We are aware of the invisible political hands manipulating these groups with the main agenda, as I stated. The main agenda is to sow these seeds of discord between Okyemai and Asantehene.
Which political hand is this, sir?
We know, we are aware. Those Otumfuor and his colleagues who have assumed the position, arrogated to themselves spokespersons of Nigeria, and are going about trying to create ethnic and tribal conflict between Okyemai and Asantehene. We will not countenance such things, and we will not dignify these youth groups with any response.
So you're saying that these youth groups are being sponsored by the likes of, say, Otumfuor. That's quite an allegation to make. Do you have any body of evidence to support what you're saying, sir?
But Otumfuor himself has spoken, and his statements and comments that he's made so far, is just reminiscent of the statements that have been made by this youth group. You understand? Everything that Otumfuor said when these incidents occurred, has been repeated in the so-called press conference by this youth group. And so we know the political hands that are manipulating these people, and will not dignify them with a response. Neither are we going to sit down for these sentiments being expressed to achieve a certain political end to destroy the relationship, the cordial relationship between the Otumfuor and Menchia.
So you think this is a political hand, and as you've mentioned, Mr. Yamaponko's name, you think this is coming from the NDC?
Well, we think so, yes, that some political hands are behind these ethnic incitement.
And is that the same thinking that Okyehene has about this matter?
Okyehene has not expressed his opinion about this matter.
Okay, so once you are identifying a political hand behind this, how do you intend resolving it? So this seeds you speak of that are being planted do not germinate any further?
That there is no issue to be resolved. There's no matter at all to be resolved. You understand? What they are supposing was a breach of customary protocol. Okyehene has not complained about it to anybody. You understand?
I get it.
Neither have the Otumfuor issued any statement in respect of these matters.
But to the extent that you say that there is an unseen political hand, and you've listed certain individuals you say belong to the NDC who are doing this, that's what I'm asking. Are you willing to speak to the NDC on this matter to get it resolved? Because clearly, this is straying into the lines of cultural barriers, sir.
Well, we do not intend to raise any issues with the National Democratic Congress or to seek to resolve this matter through the National Democratic Congress. As I said, there's no matter at all to be resolved. Asante-Mai and Okyehene will continue to enjoy the peace and cordial relationship between the two kingdoms.
All right, Mr. Ofori-Atta, thank you for speaking to us. He's the spokesperson for the Okyehene. Very interesting details he's giving at this point, saying there is an unseen political hand in this matter. We'll see how that plays out. But let's hear from the Ashanti Youth Organization today. They've been holding a news conference speaking to our correspondent in the Ashanti region, Nuruddin Mohammed, about this matter. Let's hear from them.
To tell Okwehene, that is Chebihene, and Otumfuor that when it comes to chieftaincy levels, he doesn't come near Asante-Hene. And we want to tell him that Asante Kingdom was not a man-made. It was given to us by God. And that is why the Constitution has so much respect to Asante Kingdom. And not only the Constitution of Ghana, but the Constitution everywhere. If you go to British Parliament, they have high respect for Asante Kingdom. And he is the only king. And therefore...
So they might be thinking that, I mean, you came to their land, and so they deserve the respect.
I've told you how customs and traditions are on our land. In any case, you have had your relative passed away. We are coming to mourn with you. On the lighter note, you have to even be seated. Again, I'm telling you that when you talk about rankings, hierarchy of kingdom, Otumfuor is none. It's second to none. And that if Otumfuor comes to your land, no matter how you are, he is coming as a king. Okay. He is coming as Otumfuor. Okay. That is why the Chieftaincy Act says Otumfuor and other chiefs. Okay. So you have to hold him in a high regard.
He isn't among the other chiefs?
He is not part of the other chiefs. He said Otumfuor and other chiefs.
And who are those other chiefs?
The other chiefs comprises the paramount chiefs, the Abrimpon, the Odikros. So even if you rate...
So he is not a paramount chief?
Yeah. Achima Okwehene, if you rate him, if you were to take Asante Kingdom for instance, Achima Okwehene will come near to Asafo-Hene. He is not even close to Mampo-Hene, left alone Ofrenso-Hene or Dwabin-Hene in terms of ranking.
But the location is always important, doesn't it?
When we talk of paramountcy, it is the number of chiefs under you. And if you take Mampo-Hene for instance, you know it, he is sitting on a silver stool. He is second to Otumfuor.
Anyway, what do you want him to do now?
We don't expect him to do anything. People were thinking that we would have called him to apologize. He did it deliberately. But we want to tell him that, look, he is creating a problem, he's creating enemies for himself and for his subjects. Because tomorrow, if your subject comes to Asante Kotoko land to ask for something, do you think we will be openly hearted to give him something?
All right.
Do you think that tomorrow, if there is something that you have to maybe cross the land of Asante Kotoko, do you think the good people of this land will look at you just like that?
Definitely, you would also, be looking for something from them.
So what we are telling you is that, look, no matter how he sees Asante-Hene, whatever history that he has read, whatever history that he has heard,